Smacking, cracking, and watching. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Trust, season 1, episode 6. This episode is John chapter 11. I was like, okay, is this biblical or bankruptcy? What are we talking about? Chapter 11, bankruptcy, or a book in the New Testament? And obviously, we were referring to the Bible. Lazarus was once dead. He was risen. That's where we're going. John is not dead. He's alive. We see a lot of people mourning over their loss. But it was kind of interesting because even the butler, Johanger, granddad, mom, everyone was kind of in the slumps. Dad backslid. This guy's 16 years old. 16-year-olds should not be hanging out with rock stars, drinking, having a whole lot of random sexual encounters with people all around, hustling and stealing and contriving his own kidnapping. This is crazy. This is so crazy because all of this could have been prevented if they just would have parented just a little bit tighter. It's crazy. I don't know why I thought in the beginning episode, the very first episode, we got to see 3. He was older, but no, this little redhead hippie kid, privileged, wealthy, lost child is exactly that, a lost child. And it's crazy. The whole life story is just nuts. You gotta love the mirror reflection because I'm talking about Gail, the mom. It's that reflection of life and the hurt woman and the lipstick and the sad face and every show, movie, Waiting to Exhale did it with Bernadine, aka Angela Bassett. Everyone has done it over and over again. But for some reason in 2018, I've seen that woman in the mirror stuff, even on Gianni Versace. The QVC lady was in the mirror with her. Yeah, remember? We see it a lot, and it's just a very great scene that they're able to just describe emotions. There's good in it all. The only good in this episode I felt was that Chase Fletcher has returned and he's being old cowboy playboy, picking up women, always chilling bar side, sleeping, just being a hot daddy, basically, a hot daddy with a belly. When the police arrived and we see Mama Gail claiming the body of 3, aka Little Paul, I'm like, wow, this is deep. One of the favorite scenes I would have to say would have to be when Gail fainted and the camera fell over. That was just great. I want to know what's up with Getty Sr. He had that whole device over his neck and his head. And then later on we see him crying. He made me laugh. And he basically had a putting on the Ritz moment. It's almost like he's rebirthed. Like he cried and it just rebirthed him into, I don't want to say a better man, but maybe a more open to facing things that he's never faced. He's always put it off. How he treated George and George's death or whatnot. How he treated his other son. How his story with his sister. How he treats the women in his life. I mean, keep it real. He's something else. And the butler told it all from his angle. I shouldn't even call him butler. Johanger, how he felt. He's like, man, this dude doesn't even call me his name and I've been here for 20 years, which is nuts. Paul Jr., shut up. You shut up because now you're mad. Like, for real, man up, dude. You're falling apart. Like, now you're mad. Why? At George's funeral, did he just pull off on his son and said he didn't want anything to do with him? He left with his boo. Like, that would have been a prime moment for you to step in and all of that would have been prevented. But no, you ditched him for whatever reason. The parents are completely to blame, as well as 3 himself. Too young to be out and about doing the things that he was doing. I love the flashbacks. With the red tint, that gave me life, man. We got to see 3 with the ponytails, no shoes, the skirt, the laceration, and the whole no shoelace thing. And that's how Mama Gail was able to be like, okay, look, that ain't my son. That's somebody's son, but it's not my son. And it's messed up regardless. Like, she has that gasp of, oh my God, this ain't my son. My son is alive. But I'll just touch some dead woman's son. Some dead man's kid is laying on this bed. Like, wow, this is what these kidnappers are. They are animalistic. They are animals. When she told him in that movie theater, y'all are animals, I was like, wow, she's the first to call them out on their bull. This 16-year-old. Being wealthy has absolutely nothing to do with intelligence. Being wealthy has nothing to do with family values. Being wealthy has not a dang on thing to do with safety and security. This show is about trust, is about a family from an oil empire background that are willing to do anything when it comes to business. It is so deep into the game that they treat their family like a business, willing to lose out on important moments of life and interaction, and the whole love aspect of what family is. There's no family values, absolutely none. Straight business transactions. That's sad. Now that movie theater silhouette, I thought that was really cool because she's below on the folding seats and him up top. And like I said, she's the first to call him out. And they flash to "That's All Folks" and the blam and the table, and the three's face has blood all over it. And another, Primo is crazy. Primo is a nut job. The golden hippie is in a cave. He's underground, in bondage. His whole plan, look, dude, you made up this plan. You got yourself in this situation trying to get a bag, trying to get a meal ticket, trying to get coins, and everyone who's there to help you ends up dying. The person you made this whole plan with is dead. This is a mess. Like, what do you do? They're not going to get money. What do you do at this point? Getty girl, homegirl is pregnant. And it ain't John's. I'm pretty sure that man ain't shooting what he need to be shooting to create, recreate, and populate. Okay, Putting on the Ritz. Great song. It was written in the 1920s. Dressing to impress. We see John Sr. dancing with his little pimp daddy Kane, and he's having a good time. He's just parading around the house, and that's what he's gonna go do in Rome. Getty offers a mint. The mobster offers a flask full of liquor. Fletcher's relaxing, saying, "Look, man, you're not on my level. This is airborne. If this is a different territory, but it's war. If it's war, you're not on my level of what we can do. You're so ground level, man. We come at every angle." And that was a huge point of showing reach that Getty has, the tycoon, Mr. Billionaire. And his pockets are endless, but his heart is shallow. The architecture is off the chain. It's still standing. It's old, it's beautiful, it's falling apart, you know what I mean? And this is kind of basically how those two wise men, the elders of their family, that's how they are, still standing, falling apart. Familiar. No matter the empire, it all turns to dust. And old boy turned around to him and said, "Look, man, don't give up on your son. I don't have any. But why would you give up on them?" And he dissed his boo, his baby. He knows it's a baby maybe. He played a money game. 17 million? Nope. 2 million? Nope. 5 million? Sure. I ain't paying for it. My son, my drug-induced son is going to be paying for this. So where's he going to pull that money from? I don't know. Fletcher's got his hands full regardless. Con. I feel like once Getty Sr. understands, or he observes or hears through the grapevine that the landscaper gardener guy in a relationship with his butler, he's going to get that guy fired. He's going to go in that building and it's going to be cleaned out, or there's going to be another person and his feelings are going to be hurt. I'm just saying. Paul, you can't mess with Senior. He's just a dirty dog. He told his lady friend, "You breached the contract. Get rid of it or you can go." How low is that? That's a slap in the face. He's not happy with his own sons. No, he didn't want any more. He's not looking to add to his mess of creation. No. John Jr. basically finally spilled the bean on how he felt about his father, which was off the chain because Senior's face, hearing that he'll be a father in the face of how his own son felt about him, it was too much for him. He's not a Stella Poppy. He's not interested in another son when his own son disowned him, but needs him. I don't know. It was an interesting episode, y'all. It's slowly getting to where we need. At what point will the 16-year-old three's ear be cut off? Because that's the gotcha of the whole story. He won't be burnt up. They'll cut his ear. Eventually be released. Interesting. Chapter 11. So many different interpretations. Let me know what you thought about it. Primo, I don't know. Primo's crazy. Primo's cold. But he has to report to people who are super ice cold. You do. Until the next time, y'all. Peace.